Hello, I'm Marlis Arnold, trade show marketing consultant and author of the book, Build a Better Trade Show Image. Welcome to the Trade Show Insights podcast with news, tips, and tools to expand your knowledge of exhibiting. Today we're tackling the question of how attractive are you? Or are you just clogging the aisles? No matter how great your product, if no one is attracted to your booth, you won't have much success at a trade show. You're just one of dozens, or in some cases, hundreds of exhibits in that show hall. How can you possibly stand out? Well, actually, there are numerous ways you can gain attention, and really many of them are not all that expensive or complicated. As an added bonus, you want to be sure to promote your attraction ahead of time in all your pre-show promotions and advertising. Now, probably the most obvious way to attract visitors is to do some kind of a demonstration of your own product. Have a computer set up that's running a demo of your software, show how your new mechanical gadget works, or design a piece of artwork right there on the spot. Taking the product demonstration idea one step further, make it interactive. If the booth visitor actually has a chance to play around with your software or do some kind of a make and take using your product, they're much more likely to remember your company. Another option is to host celebrities in your booth, but move forward on this with caution. First, make sure that the celebrity you choose matches your company's image and philosophies. Otherwise, you could create a mixed message in the customer's minds. And we're going to address more on this technique in just a minute. But whatever strategy you use to attract attention, make sure that once you do, there's plenty of substance in your booth to back it up. You want to use your chosen attraction method to pre-qualify those that are the most interested. And never forget, the real reason you're at the show is to gain leads, not win a popularity contest. For example, at one particular show, I remember booth attractions running completely amok. Everyone was focused on celebrity guests in the booths, and to the point where that became the whole focus. But let me back up and explain just how many things were wrong with this whole picture. Although there were controls in place to keep out non-industry people, I personally knew some people who were able to get credentials with their main purpose being to collect signed items to sell in online auctions. And, in spite of this scenario, there were no controls on the items being given away. I'm sure a high percentage of the people who swept in to meet the celebrity really weren't decision makers or buyers, but rather just fans. Huge lines formed, with many of these celebrity events creating impassable aisles. I'm sure that those neighboring exhibitors really didn't appreciate their booths being blocked by the lines of people waiting to get into someone else's space. So how can you avoid this scenario? Well, make sure you maintain control. If you want to have an extremely high-profile celebrity, find a way to keep it to a VIP list. For example, host a hospitality event in a suite and then require people come to your booth to pick up tickets. At the very least, work the line. Make sure you collect information from everyone who spends time waiting to see the celebrity. Then at least you can follow up later based on your predetermined qualified lead criteria. Remember, the main focus of creating booth traffic with an attraction is to gain qualified leads. If you're simply becoming a rabid fan magnet, then you're just wasting your time. Trade Show Insights is protected by the Creative Commons copyright license. You may feel free to share this recording with colleagues as long as it is shared in its entirety and is not used for commercial purposes. To learn more, please see the link in the show notes. Well, that's it for this episode of Trade Show Insights. Be sure to check out our show notes at tradeshowinsights.com. Until next time, I'm Marlis Arnold. Thanks for listening.